Welcome back to the WNBA on ABC, presented by Pennzoil. Here in Seattle, a shot of Quest Field. A lot of people hoping the Seahawks will be playing there this fall. Bono and U2 will be there tonight. A sold-out stadium. Take a look at some of your storylines for the Eastern Conference in 2011.
Can the East dominate again? I think the answer to that is no. I think the West is going to be so much improved. You won't see the same records you saw last year. Atlanta continues to be the favorite coming out of the East, especially with the addition of Lindsey Harding. And Chicago, they've got Courtney Vandersloot, one of the most exciting young players to come into the WNBA. Hokie Chapman, the new coach there. Big Sylvia Fowles. I think they're going to be a much improved team, and this should be the year they finally make the WNBA playoffs.
Who do you think in the East has the best chance, if it were to meet Seattle in a championship series, to knock them off?
I think it would be Atlanta. You know, they got swept last year in the finals, but the games were all close. They've got the firepower to do it. Of course, got a whole season to play and see which teams stay healthy, which can get a little bit of luck. But right now, Atlanta's got to be the favorite in the East.
Olayinka Sani, third-year pro out of West Virginia, gets the basket. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Seattle on top by 15.
You don't see enough women wearing ribbons in their hair when they're playing basketball anymore, do they?
And they're colored perfectly, matching all the various colors that Phoenix has in its uniform. Did you notice that?
I did.
Purple, orange, white, gray.
Well done. The discussions you don't have in the NBA.
Right, exactly. Although Joakim Noah is probably not beyond him to try that next year. Taurasi just picked up her fifth foul. And Lauren Jackson will be at the free throw line. Jackson now with 14 points. Taurasi has 20 to lead all scorers. Rebecca, as you think about the offseason that Taurasi has with that false positive test for a banned substance, the lab that had the false positive test has since received a ban, and she is in the preliminary stages of seeking legal action against the laboratory. How much do you think that's weighing on her mind as she opens this campaign?
I think, you know, the one thing you want is to have things in your control, and right now basketball is back for her, and she's got what she does on the floor in her control. As you see, a great shot by Camille Little. So I think she's where she's comfortable, and that's on the basketball court, and I'm glad to see that she's able to be back on the basketball court.
Taurasi had her contract terminated in January after that positive test by the Turkish lab. She would have faced a ban of up to 2 years, and she maintained her innocence all along and was later vindicated. Lauren Jackson picks up a foul, the third. And Jackson may be done for the day with Seattle in command, leading 75-56. 15 points, 7 rebounds for Lauren Jackson. Most of those points coming here in the second half.
And surprising, Phoenix only 56 points in this game with only 4 minutes to go, and it's because they never got this pace where they wanted it to be. They never got out in transition and just weren't able to get the fast break look.
Meanwhile, Camille Little is hurt. And Little, such a key player for Seattle, holding her right knee. We've got a timeout on the floor. Brian Agler going to come out and talk to his player, and we'll try to update you as soon as we can. Back in a moment. Today's Pennzoil Ultra Performance. Sue Bird, 13 points, 10 assists. Much of the damage done in the first half. And Lauren Jackson with 12 of her 15 points coming in the second half for the Storm.
Many weapons that Seattle has in the team. The most important, the two most important all season long will be Sue Bird and Lauren Jackson. They're the one, Lauren Jackson capable of being the MVP. Sue Bird just makes the right decisions at the right time. And not a bad dynamic duo to have out on the floor if you're Brian Agler.
Also 3 steals for Sue Bird. Camille Little has 3 steals, 9 rebounds, and 18 points, and was holding her right knee right before the commercial, went down to the deck hard, but when Brian Agler, the head coach, came over, she nodded her head that she was okay, and then with a little bit of assistance, mostly walking under her own power to the locker room. We'll try to update you before we go off the air here. Seattle on top by 19 over Phoenix with 3.5 to go. Diana Taurasi has 20 points to lead all scores. Penny Taylor just 6 shot attempts. That's number 7, and she now has 13 points.
She needs to get more shot attempts too. Penny Taylor's too good and too efficient when she has the ball in her hand to only take 7 shots through the course of the game.
They've had the same, Phoenix has the same number of field goal attempts as Seattle.
Well, that's a problem right away for Phoenix.
Right. Dupree with 12 points in the game, but maybe too late. There's Camille Little who's come back from the locker room on the Seattle bench.
I think one thing that the last year's season showed is that teams that had continuity were successful when kept the same coaches, same system, a lot of the same returning players, and Seattle was one of those teams. Atlanta was one of those teams out of the East, and I think that's one of the reasons Seattle's going to have even more success this year is the same continuity. When you look at Phoenix, there's new faces in there. Kara Braxton's going to be getting more minutes. Sani is new to the team. Sanford is new to the team. So it's going to take a team like Phoenix a little bit longer to find their flow.
Well, Phoenix struggled with Seattle a year ago, lost to the Storm 7 times, including in the postseason, getting swept. Offensive foul. Sani trying to screen Katie Smith. Let's check with Heather Cox.
Well, guys, good news for Camille Little. She has been diagnosed with a right knee sprain. The good news is that while she was still on the floor, head athletic trainer Tom Spencer conducted an ACL stability test. She did pass that test, so she doesn't have an ACL tear. She won't return to Duke. She's getting ice put on right now. But the good news is there is not an ACL tear, just a sprain.
So it looked worse than maybe it is. You saw Ashley Robinson fall into Camille Little's right knee.
And it's weird to hear that the good news is that you have a knee sprain, but any player who's ever been through an ACL, you'll take almost anything instead of that.
Tamika Johnson picking up her 3rd foul for team foul. Just outside 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Phoenix down 15. The Storm led by 5 at the half, by as many as 19 for the game. They've got the 2nd longest home win streak in WNBA history. A long way to go, though, to catch what LA did 2001-2002. The Sparks, the last repeat champ. And Seattle trying a decade later to win its 2nd straight championship. Here's Taurasi off the Dupree screen. Gets the bounce on the 3. 23 points for Taurasi. First points of the quarter for Taurasi. Lead at 12 with 90 seconds left. Shot clock at 5. Jackson over Dupree. And great hustle by Willingham. And she was fouled by Sani.
And on that possession, Lauren Jackson did what I was talking about earlier in terms of punting her shot. She saw Twin Cash guy in trouble. She was at the free throw line, goes to the basket.
We talked about this earlier, just how difficult it's been to repeat in the WNBA. Last team was Los Angeles. A lot of people thought Detroit was a team that could have won 3 or 4 in a row with the talent they've had. Obviously, Phoenix and Detroit both doing it 2 times in a 3-year span. Willingham misses the first free throw. A 15th foul on the Mercury.
And yes, early in the season, Seattle is the favorite to repeat, but it does take a little bit of luck, and Sue Bird talked about that yesterday. It takes a little bit of luck, and a little bit of luck meaning what? Staying healthy. So you look at Camille Little, what will a knee sprain mean, and will she miss games, or how will other people's health be as the season goes on?
Three-pointer goes, and a minute left, but it's a 10-point game. 26 now for Taurasi. Smith gets away from Taurasi, missed the 3. Again, Phoenix can score quickly. Not done yet. They get it in the right hand. And Taurasi fouled and it was a three-point attempt.
She's crafty. That's one of the things that makes her so good, and that's nothing but a compliment. But she knows how to draw fouls and gets the ball, swings hands right there. So what do? You go up, you make the official blow the whistle. Just smart play for Taurasi.
And it was definitely a three-point attempt. 26 points for Taurasi. And 2 more free throws coming. An opportunity to get the lead down to 7. 48 seconds left.
Seattle, a really good free throw shooting team as well. So their key is going to be to get the ball inbounds because, of course, Phoenix will pick up in some type of pressure.
And if you go based on the free throw percentages from last year, the worst foul shooter on the floor for Seattle is Katie Smith. 76%. All the other players out there for Seattle were over 90, or over 80 rather, a year ago. So Taurasi gets all 3. We'll see if Phoenix fouls. They're trying to. Wright lost the ball. Able to get it back, though. It's a 19-point game with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Well, now Phoenix won't foul with the shot clock down to 5. Bird with the 2 off the mark. Rebound Sani. Phoenix ball down 7. Got to hurry. A bad pass there by Johnson. Dupree with the save. Taurasi hits it. The lead is 5 with 16 seconds left. Now Phoenix has to foul.
Right away you have to foul. Right away you have to foul.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Waving the white flag is what they're doing. Just totally conceding with the game at 5. Taurasi and Taylor just stood there.
Well, Taurasi reached in and she didn't get the call, so she looked at the ref. But somebody else has got to come in and make the official blow the whistle and foul.
What a shocking finish there. And Seattle wins its opener.